let me just share the screen with you. I hope you are seeing this. I'm sure you are. And if not, just send me a message, okay? And I'll start with the presentation. So officially, I would like to thank TTG for offering us this opportunity. My name is Ilenia Cocco. I'm the trade manager of the Italian National Tourist Board for UK and Ireland. I have about a couple of minutes, well, more than a couple of minutes, about 10 minutes today, and I cannot possibly go extensively on doing a training of Italy. It's got a lot to offer, as you might already know, but I would like just to give you some highlights, just to refresh your memory, just give you some information that might be useful to sell Italy. Geographically speaking, Italy is divided in 4 different areas. We got the north up to the Emilia-Romagna region. Then we got the center, Florence, Tuscany, and down to Rome and Lazio. And then we have the south with Naples, Amalfi Coast, Puglia, and then we got the 2 islands. The biggest one is Sicily, and the second biggest one is Sardinia. I wanted to start talking about coastal resort, the coast of Italy. Italy has an extensive coast that is really very much diverse. This picture is probably one of the most iconic pictures that you might see around of Italy is the Cinque Terre, Manarola, beautiful settings. And then we're going to move to a completely different view, completely different light. This is where I actually am at the moment. Well, I'm not actually in that place, in the beach at the moment, but I'm in the region of Sardinia. So this is one of the most famous beaches that we have in Sardinia in the north. Then another completely different view here. We are in Sicily, the first big island that we have in Italy. And what you can see here is Taormina. So this is the amphitheater, and the beautiful coast that you can see here is Giardini Naxos. Bear in mind that this is still in use. This amphitheater is still in use, and it does some breathtaking performances. They organize some breathtaking performances. 2 very different coastal resorts. We've got Campania, so Capri, so the Amalfi Coast on the right-hand side, very famous, worldwide famous. And on the left-hand side, we've got Calabria, Tropea. Tropea has been awarded in Italy as the best village in Italy. So best borgo. Borgo is basically the name that we use in Italian to call a small village that has some specific characteristic like this one. The borgo is usually between the medieval and then the Renaissance time. And this one in Calabria, Tropea, is actually a destination that is still quite not known in the UK, but keep an eye on it because we got some few major airlines that have got the radar, and they are very soon started to offer regular flights to Calabria. There are already regular flights to Calabria, or at least there were in 2019. But it's going to become a pretty famous Calabria very soon. Another completely different setting here is on the coast. The region is on the coast. This specifically is not really a picture of a beautiful beach or sea views, but this is Alberobello with the Trulli. Trulli is UNESCO site, first of all. It's part of the UNESCO site, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. The Trulli is, as you can see here, it's a cone-shaped roof that in Italy we have only in Puglia. You can only find in Puglia, and there used to be private accommodation, but now they have been transformed in B&B, hotels and restaurants. Another very dear product that is very it's just very famous within the British. It's very dear to the British. Is the lake. The picture here is Lake Como, probably the most elegant lake that we have. But don't forget, we also have Lake Garda, and probably less known Lake Maggiore, and definitely less known Lake Horta. For those those clients that prefer more tranquil, more Italian sort of destination. Don't forget that we also have some pretty amazing ski resorts in Italy, and this is it's the best time to start selling them. And this is specifically Cortina. Cortina is a very posh, very upmarket resort in Italy. Ski resorts in Italy are super famous with domestic tourism, and are less known with the British. But I know I saw that after that you've got some very interesting presentation ahead, and our friend from Jet to Coma, I know that they are starting selling some ski holidays in Italy, so keep an eye on them. The cities in Italy are probably the most famous reason why Britishers decided to visit Italy. Part with the most famous one that obviously probably don't even need introduction. We got Milan, we got Venice, we got Rome, we got Florence. But I also try to, when I talk to operators, I always try to remind them that Italy has so many beautiful art cities that also are part of the UNESCO site. Like, for example, Turin. Turin, actually, talking about skis, ski resort, talking about skiing. It's a perfect destination if you want to do a little bit more diverse holiday. Yes, you can reach ski resort very easily arriving in Turin. Turin is a very elegant city, very, very, very Italian city. And also, not far from Turin, we have the production of Barolo wine. So it's a very diverse destination to offer to your client. That's a bit different from the usual mainstream cities. As we mentioned earlier, obviously cities are many of our cities are part of the UNESCO site. By UNESCO World Heritage not only include cities, but also some other pretty beautiful location, like, for example, the Dolomites, talking about nature, in contact with the nature. The Dolomites are beautiful setting all year round. According to the season, you've got completely different colors, so every season is completely different to experience. And here we got another natural park. It's called Po River Delta. It's still in the north. It's very easy to reach in any location in the north. And on the right hand side, we got another less known cities. It's Ferrara. Ferrara is not far from Bologna in Emilia-Romagna, so in the north again. But there are also cities not far from Tuscany. But again, all these cities, generally speaking, are very tranquil, very easy to visit. And definitely it's worth to suggest to your client if they want to do some sort of a multi-center of Italy. The Arena di Verona is probably one of the most famous arena that we have in Italy for outdoor opera concert, but they don't only organize opera concert, they also organize a pop and rock concert. And this is on the right hand side, it's probably one of the most iconic balcony that we have. This is where Giulietta used to secretly communicate with her lover, Romeo. Another pretty kind of unknown gem. This is the most well-kept medieval city village that we have in Italy, in Tuscany, not far from Florence. So highly recommended a visit. This doesn't need any presentation. It's the city center of Florence, and I'm sure that it doesn't need any presentation. The Trevi Fountain in Rome. Actually, from Rome, very easy to reach on a day trip out of Rome if you want to experience something something nicer. Well, sorry, not something nicer, something more tranquil than Rome, a little bit more immersed in nature. Then you can take the train and visit the Adrian Villa and the Villa d'Este at Tivoli. As I said, short. Very short distance from Rome. And again, from Rome, you can take a train, a little bit longer journey this time, where you go south to Naples. This is the volcano, or the famous volcano, the Vesuvius, that basically erupted about, I think it's about 78, 79 BC, and it covered in ashes the city that was below it. And now this city has been removed, let's say, from its ashes. And he's an amazing example how life was at that time. And actually, very, very recently, if it's not this year, last year, they also found, because the excavation are always ongoing. So if you've been there a couple of years ago, I'm sure that if you go there now, or your clients go there now, we'll find another area that was not open a few years ago. And they find out recently a food stall. So just to confirm that, stores of food, so street food was already very, very common at that time. Matera, it was probably, you heard Matera, it's not far from Puglia. It used to be the 2019 European City Culture. And now it's it's an amazing city. It's breathtaking. And actually was last year or 2 years ago the setting of 007 new movie that is actually released. I think it's the end of, if I'm not wrong, it's 29 or 30 of September. So obviously it will have a huge worldwide impact, Matera, in that sense. This doesn't need any introduction. It's the Amalfi Coast, our gem in Italy. And very, very, very briefly, talking about the most beautiful villages in Italy that I mentioned earlier, so Borghi. This is just a few examples, a few pictures of what to expect if you decide to suggest your client to visit them. This is definitely the quintessential Italian way of life. And I always suggest to recommend a visit on these villages, especially maybe offering some sort of multi-center with with more kind of famous mainstream cities. We got about 300 of these little villages in Italy, so you're never far from a Borgo in Italy. There is also a website.
Iliana, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Could you very quickly cover, I think it's your last slide. It's just that I think one of the poll questions relates to your last slide. And we've run out of time a little bit.
Sure, no problem. I'm just 2 minutes. Actually, 1 minute. Okay, so let's just forget about all these beautiful villages that you can find online, the most beautiful villages of Italy. And if you want to have more extensive information on Italy, there is our website, italiaonlinetrain.co.uk. And if you need information about Italy, travel ideas, news, please visit our italia.it and website, and the information about COVID as well there. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, just let me know. These are my contact details. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Liliana. We'll make sure any questions get to you. Thank you. We're moving on over to Jet 2 Holidays now. That's Training Room 2, everybody. So see you in Training Room 2, please.
Thank you.